So theoretically, I'm live after several attempts. So I know that hardly anyone's out there. Maybe you, Janice. And it's Saturday afternoon. I'm doing not on the schedule because I want to do a little chair yoga. This is a special session of chair yoga for those of you who need. I want to teach you get up and down off the floor if you've had knee replacements, you have knee issues or arthritis or hip replacements or some other issue. It's not always easy to get up and down off the floor. So a lot of people think they just can't do any yoga at all, and that's not true. So I have a chair set up. I'm going to try and do about a half hour. And I think maybe someone is there to see if what I'm seeing on the screen is what you're seeing live. Because apparently last there were some issues in the week before, and I'm trying to get this down so there's not interruptions in transmission to you, and so you can enjoy a really nice session. Okay, so this is chair yoga. So see this chair, it's not ideal, but it's good enough. If you have any kind of dining room chair or a desk chair, preferably with a back that's fairly straight. Okay, you can have arms or not, that's fine. And maybe one that you use a lot. Okay, but we can always sort of adapt. Okay, so turn your volume up so you can hear me. And then I'm going to take you into some stretches and movements and so forth with a chair. There's a lot of versatility here. Okay, and we can do standing poses, you can do balance poses, or whatever. This is going to be maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, okay? So I turned it sideways to start because I wanted you to see how I sit in a chair. Now, this chair has a little padding, which is fine. It's okay if you don't have one. Even a folding chair is great. Okay, so you have to be barefoot. Let's go sit and turn your volume up and let's start. Okay. So when you sit in the chair for our chair yoga, it's not like you're sitting around at home and sitting just kind of relaxing, okay? And in fact, most of the sofas and chairs and car seats are not really made to sit. And we usually find this out via low back issues. Okay, if they're too soft or squishy, you're not getting the support you need. So I want you to get your chair and sit maybe halfway forward, not leaning against the back of the chair. Your feet should be flat. Your feet should be flat on the floor. And this is an anatomical thing. So some of you might be shorter or long-waisted and short down here, or vice versa. You need to adjust your chair or yourself or put some support so your feet are flat, not dangling, and so forth. Okay, we get sloppy, and that impacts our low back and our posture and our alignment. So sit a little forward. You're on a neutral pelvis. Now, what do you do if your feet won't go flat? Put something underneath them. Put a little stool, put books. You can put blocks. If you have blocks, are great. You can even put one of your blankets. Okay. The other thing that's important is that your knees are either the same or a little higher as your hip sockets. Okay. They shouldn't be dropping down. Okay. That starts to strain your hip flexors, therefore straining your low back. Okay. So your feet need to be flat. They're about mountain pose distance apart, maybe 3 or 4 inches apart. Knees over your heels and your pelvis in neutral. Okay, neutral pelvis is like a bowl that's sitting, and if it's filled with something, water or whatever, it wouldn't spill out. It wouldn't dump. So if I turn my bowl, my pelvis, tip it back, look what happens. Terrible. This is slumping, slouching. And this is how a lot of us sit. We sit at the computer, we sit at the dinner table, we hang out, we watch TV. I need to say no more. So that, what happens when we slouch like this is this low back area called the lumbar. Okay, from about your waist to your low ribs. Okay, your low back starts to ache. And that is called low back pain, and it's so common. And also what happens when we slouch and slump, look at my shoulders, my head, terrible. So my shoulders round, then my head drops forward, and my neck has to work harder to support this weight, this 13, 15 pounds. And then we start getting neck aches and back aches, and they're related. I mean, they're all in the same line of energy. So one leads to the other. And if our head isn't on top of our shoulders, for every inch it's off alignment, it's 10 pounds of extra weight sitting on your neck. Okay, so over time, and this can be a profession, leaning over. This happens with people who are in dental or doctors or anything where you are leaning over and over for hours, days, years. You start developing chronic pain. Yeah, I know people who have that. And so then nerves get pinched and then it starts crawling. The pain and the numbness starts going down your arms and so forth, and it's a slippery slope. So let's sit nice and tall, neutral pelvis. Oh, and the other is hyperextending. So if you tip too far forward, that's what I used to do. So I worked at a desk, and I had a great chair, a great ergonomic office chair, but it didn't fit properly to my desk. So I was always overextending, hyperextending, which compresses the low back. And that led me to a lot of low back issues. And so that's what eventually got me into yoga. So it's very, very common. And so we want to support this, what we call the core. We want to support our alignment. So your head sits right on top of your shoulders soften. Just let your hands sit on your thighs, okay? And just kind of roll back, roll forward, and then find neutral. Find neutral. Feet flat. I don't need a blanket, but if you use something, it's okay. Okay, and I just want you maybe for a minute, I'll time you, don't worry. Just close your eyes and breathe here. So when we're in alignment and everything is where it should be, we can breathe a lot easier, fuller, deeper. And we want that passage, all those, the lungs, the rib cage, everything to be at its optimal. So when we inhale, everything fills and everything empties. Okay, that's the life force. So close your eyes and breathe deep. Make sure you want to notice that the breath goes past this upper chest. It needs to go down into the rib cage, the lungs, back here, the sides, the front, and down into the low belly. Let it radiate into the low back, even down into your legs, okay? So nice deep breaths. Through the nose, please. And I was walking earlier, so if I start sneezing, it's kind of windy, and there's a lot of stuff in the air now, maybe where you live too. So breathe through your nose. It's your natural filtering system. Yeah, nice, full, even, consistent breaths. Okay, that's where we're going to start. It takes us right into our center. And you can feel yourself finding that sweet spot where you're supporting yourself. Okay? So we're going to start with a twist. So my feet stay firm on the floor. And I'm going to take an inhale. I kind of lift. I'm going to start to turn to my left, which is actually a twist on the right. Now don't just whip around as fast as you can. Take an in-breath, wait, and then sort of lift and start to turn a little bit more. Keep the shoulders apart. Your right hand might come across. You can hold on to the chair with your other hand. Stay tall, wait, and move as you exhale. It's like you're slowly closing or screwing the top on a jar. Slow and deep. So your body will start to respond and you're going to feel an edge. Your body says, okay, that's enough for now. And then stop, breathe, and wait. And maybe you can turn a little bit more from the head, turning from the ears, and you can look over your shoulder. But the head is the last to turn. Actually, the eyes, but the head and the eyes. And you look over your shoulders, just like you're driving and looking over your shoulder for traffic. Lift the heart, breathe. And doing this on your own, hold for like 5 nice deep breaths. If you've been in other sessions and we count the number of breaths in a minute, and you can do this on your own rounds, which is an inhale and exhale, hold for at least a minute. And then just use an inhale and gently come back to center. Okay? Notice my knees are still over my heels. That's the door. Okay, let's go to the other side. Inhale, I'm going to turn away from you. I'm going to start to turn to my right. And wait. Again, hold on to the chair with your right hand. You can rest your other hand on either leg. Stay firm in the leg. And then maybe a little more with the head and the eyes. Again, that's about 5 breaths, and then gently come back to center. Let's see if I can fix this door. The banging is the door. Okay? So remember not to push into the twist, not to try and go too far. And each side's going to be a little different, and each day is going to be a little different depending on what you've been doing or not doing. But twists are very beneficial only when they're done correctly. Okay, and you want to keep the spine long and then gently twist. Okay, I'm going to turn toward you now. You don't need a mat, by the way. It's just up to you. It comes in handy later if we do standing poses. Okay, so now we're going to do just some gentle arm and shoulder. Okay, so I want you to stretch your arms apart. Relax the shoulders, lift the rib cage. Turn the palms up. Lift the arms gently. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. And as we exhale, you're going to go gently toward your right. You can hold on to the chair and then a gentle extension. Oh, it feels good. Keep your feet firm. Don't let your tush come up. Okay, breathe. A couple nice deep breaths. And then we're going to come up on an inhale and over to the other side. Doesn't matter which side you do first. I actually should have done the other side first, but it's okay. And breathe. Your arm should be in alignment with your ear or the side of your head. Try not to drop forward. Okay, bring it back a little bit. A soft extension. Keep your glutes down. Breathe deep. Now we're going to do it again. Inhale. We're not going to hold. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So can you see if your breath and your movement are one? Well, there, see my neighbor's doing the leaf blower. There's always distractions when you're working from home, but it's okay. Okay, just stay with the breath, and let's do one more round. Inhale. Let's hold again. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And up we go. Good. And just a couple of shoulder rolls. So if you're on your iPhone a lot, your iPad, or your computer, whether it's a laptop or a desktop, there's a tendency to round forward. So open up. Big. It's almost like you're rowing an imaginary boat. Okay, I've never really rowed a boat. Maybe in Disneyland when I was a little girl. But just inhale and exhale. Oh, I can hear some crunching. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, okay, and just up and go. Inhale and go. It releases these toxins that get trapped in our muscles, okay, the lactic acid. We want to move those things out. We move toxins through breathing, through sweating, and through elimination. That's it. Okay. Out. Okay, so now we're going to do cat dog. Now we're going to do another twist. Okay? So I'm going to turn this way. Turning to my left, I'm going to do my right side. So I'm sitting sideways. Now, if you have arms on the chair, okay, you can use the arms of the chair with your hands. So don't worry. Okay? So my feet are flat. They're mountain pose. I'm going to take an inhale. I'm going to turn toward the back of the chair. If you have an arm on the chair, just turn toward the left arm. So I'm going to turn gently. Several breaths to get there. Inhale. Exhale. Till I'm almost facing the nice and tall. No slumping. And then just inhale and exhale. And inhale. So I'm pulling a little with my right hand and pushing with my left to kind of get me a little deeper, but I'm not going past my edge. If you stiffen up, you've gone too far. Okay, take another few breaths. And then come back. Okay. So I'm going to turn the chair so you can see what I'm doing. We are going to use a strap too, by the way. And we're going to go to the other side. So you're going to tippy toe around and go to the other side. Feet flat, knees over the heels. That's your alignment. Inhale, kind of lift. Exhale, start to turn toward the back of the chair or the arms of the chair. Inhale and turn. By the way, if you're sitting in an airplane for hours, not now, of course, no one's sitting in an airplane for hours, but this is a great to do. Great thing to do if you're sitting for a really long period of time. Just inhale and just kind of start to stretch. Get things moving. Okay. Inhale. And I'm turning toward the back of the chair, and this is it. This is all I'm going to do. I'll go a little further. I can look out the window, wherever your view is, okay? But don't dip the head. Just turn from your chin. And that's it. What I'm going to do. I'm going to get about 5 breaths, and I'm inhaling, and back we go. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to be sideways, so we're going to do cat dog. So typically in class, we do cat dog on our hands and knees. And like I said, a lot of these things, and a lot of the twists can be seated or on our back. So it's not always comfortable for people to get up and down off the floor to sit or to do anything. Okay? So cat dog can be done fabulous sitting in a chair. Now remember, I'm not going to lean back. Okay? No. I'm going to sit forward, feet flat, knees over the heels. And I'm going to rest my hands just comfortably on my thighs. Remember, cat dog, it starts at the base, and it's an inhale is the cat, Yes, you can slump. And then the exhale is the dog. So we inhale and we round, fill the back body. And exhale, up we go. It's that way. And again, if you're sitting a lot, stiffening for too long, every half hour, please try and just do something. Okay, inhale, round, fill. Exhale, up we go. And again. Let's do a couple more. So you just do what you can do, and I encourage you to share this with people you might know who don't think they can do yoga because they can't touch their toes or do stand on their head, and that's just not the point. Good. Okay. Much better. Okay. So now we're going to do some with the legs. These are simple, but very effective. So I'm going to sit like I do. I'm going to stretch out my right foot, my right leg. I'm going to draw circles. Now we do this on our back a lot. We lie back and we point our toe to the ceiling and we draw circles. Well, you can do it sitting in a chair. And do 5 or 6. Try and keep your shin still, just moving the ankle and the foot. And you don't have to be doing yoga. You can do this sitting just anywhere. And people won't necessarily see what you're doing. Okay? 5 or 6 in each direction and then wait. Actually, get a little extra in the quads as well. And let's do the left. Draw circles. So you do 5 or 6 clockwise. Okay? And that's a little awkward. That's okay. Do it anyway. And then counterclockwise. And wait. We're going to do one more. So the right foot, we're going to flex and extend. Flex, stretch the heel, spread your toes apart, and extend. So this gets into the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles tendon, and the sole of the foot. And then as you extend, you can feel it across the quads, the shin, and the ankle. So coordinate with your breath. And again, do about 5 on the right, and then 5 on the left. And then wait and wait. Let me just check, see if this is. Well, I don't know. I'm hoping this is recording because someone's saying they can't find me. Okay, we'll find out. Okay, now we're going to do a few things with hands. I want you to squeeze, 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 like you're squeezing a rubber ball. Make circles. So if you do a lot of texting, emails, whatever, iPhone stuff, okay, computer work especially, okay, people are getting carpal the fingers. So circles, both directions. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do leg cradle. So you're going to cross your right ankle. Now we do this reclining. So you lie back and you cross one leg over the other. This is another great thing to do seated. But get a little closer to the edge of your chair. If you can get above the ankle bone, flex the right foot, hold on to the chair. So typically we want the legs to come toward us, but in this case, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to slowly start to extend forward just a little. Just melt a little bit close. Just exhale. And you're going to start to feel it in that right glute, in the piriformis. And at some point, it's going to be enough. Okay? And you just stay there and breathe. Let the head relax. Hold on to the chair. Don't hold on to your legs, please. Hold on to the chair. And you want to hold this for at least a minute or so. Okay, at least. And then when you're ready, you come up with an inhale. And we'll try the other side. Wait, and then cross left over right. Now I feel it right away on my left side. It must be a little tighter. Again, my knee is over my heel. I'm bringing my ankle, my shin just above the ankle bone. I'm going to just exhale to sort of lean forward a little. And just let the pose unfold for you, okay? Don't push it. It's really like this soft surrender forward. This is also terrific to do. Sometimes you're staying too long at a desk, you're doing a lot of walking, or you're stiff. It's great also on an airplane. If the seats are really close, it can be a little awkward, but you know, it's still a really good thing to do. I don't know who designs those seats on airplanes, but I just can't get comfortable, and I have to fly coach. And when you're ready, about a minute or more on that side, and then wait. Okay. We're going to do one more, well, maybe more with the arms. So we're going to take the arms out. I want you to bring them overhead, interlace your fingers, and turn your palms toward the ceiling. Keep your shoulders down, stretch. So this is great to get into the soft inner inside of the arm and into the heels of the hands and to counter some of that wrist stuff. Breathe deep. And then gently bring the hands forward. Shoulders back, hands forward. Then release and put one palm inside the other. One inside the other, so it's hand to hand, palm to palm. Extend. Several breaths. And release and shake it out. We're going to do it again. Bring the arms out, turn the palms up, extend up. This time, the opposite interlace. So the opposite index on top. So this is what you don't normally naturally do. Turn the palms inside out. I know it feels awkward, but we need to do this. Breathe. Four or five breaths is good. And again, stretch the arms forward. Bring your shoulders back. Don't round. Stretch gently toward me. And then palm to palm, the opposite hand inside and out. Palm to palm. Breathe. So we do the pose and we do the counter pose. We do the pose and then we do the opposite to bring balance and to strengthen. Okay, so one side doesn't overtake the other, and we create imbalances, and when we have imbalances, we get issues. Good. And now I want you to go bring the hands up and down. And stretch, fingers apart, and down. And up and down. So think of the number 5 or a minute. Just let that be your baseline each time, okay? Up and down. And release. Okay, let me see how far along we are. Oh, wow. It's already half an hour. I'm going to do a few more minutes. I want to show you some standing poses. Okay, so with the chair, actually you can also do lunge. Okay, so sometimes a lunge position is really awkward because people get their hands down. If you don't have blocks, you can use a chair. So put your hands on the front edge of your chair. Step your right foot forward so you can't see your toes, and then step back into a lunge. Now your knee stays over or behind your heel. You use the chair for support. So you can still get this nice deep stretch without having to be awkwardly on hands down on the floor somewhere. So you can also use a countertop and a wall. Walls are great too, and they don't move. So a nice lunge. This gets me into my hamstrings, my calves. It's great. Nice deep breaths. Again, 5 nice deep breaths. So we're getting into this psoas area. So when we did the leg cradle, we got into the back edge. Now we're getting into this front edge, hip flexors and the psoas. So to change, you can just step the right foot back and the left foot forward. Well, my right calf is nice and tight, so we're going to breathe deep. Breathe right to where you're experiencing the stretch. And we can do even a little down. You can step back, hold on to the edge of the chair, fingers spread apart, and then stretch away. Walk the dog. Again, you're still getting the benefits, but you're not doing quite the weight bearing, which may be a little challenging on your shoulders or neck or wrist. So you could even do a plank. Okay? It's modified, so you still can strengthen. Again, and exhale. And you can inhale. You can hold, breathe. When you're ready, exhale. Notice how my head moves last. Okay? And a down dog. Now I'm going to step forward and come up. So I'm going to end this session today. I'm going to see how it feeds and how it looks. And then I'll do maybe a part 2. I want to show you how to do some of the other standing poses using a chair. Remember, you can sit and you can do the breathing practice sitting. Practice just doing the things I showed you. Little twists, things with the hands, things with the feet, leg cradle, cat dog, and let me know how you do. Okay? So I'm going to say goodbye. Oh, Janice did find me. Okay, so I promised a half an hour and it's a little over that. So I'd like to do more of these and I'll share this, but I need to make sure they're being published properly and that you're getting the feed properly, or I might have to look at another platform, but I do prefer this one. Okay, so that's a little introduction to chair yoga. Okay, so let me know how you did, and I'll see you on Tuesday, if not before. I do want to do breathing as well, but for now I'm going to say namaste.